So let's see how does this for loop works with the help of the debugger. Now what is debugger and how does it work? We're going to see it in detail in our upcoming videos. But for now, just understand that debugger is going to help you for understanding that how your program works or how the control in your program or in the code flows from one point to another or from one place to another, how the control moves is we can see it with the help of this debugger. So for applying debugger, you have to simply click on the statement where you have to apply the debugger, and then by clicking on this run tab, here you can see an option for toggle breakpoint. And also in shortcut for that is F9. By clicking on that, here you can see that there is a red colored dot appearing, which is called as a breakpoint. So this will enable you to see how your control works. So once we execute the program, your debugger will stop over here. Okay, so let's execute it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start debugging it, and now you can see here a yellow color background background has been applied, and this has got the statement or this line has got highlighted. And currently my control is over here. This is my control. Okay, and here the first statement, the control is this. So as discussed earlier before some time, so if you see over here, count is undefined. It is showing count as undefined. As soon as my control is moving from here to some another place, the count value will get initialized or get defined with 0. Okay, or get initialized with the 0 value. So for moving from one place to another, you have to simply click on this arrow, or you can also press F11 as shortcut key. So by clicking on this arrow, my control has moved from this point to this point, as you can see, and now my count variable has become 0. And here the control has came, and the control will check this condition that 0 is less than 10 or not. Since the condition is true, once I press F11, the control will come inside the block and it will execute the statements which are there inside the block. Remember, wherever your control is moving, those statements are going to get executed. So once the last statement is getting executed, after this last statement, the control will jump over here, and here it will increment the value of count with 1. So after incrementing the value of count, the value of count will become 1. So once I again move the control by pressing F11, here it's going to move, the control is going to move to the second part, and here you can see the value of count has become 1 now. And then again this condition, the control, since the control is over here, so it's going to check this condition whether my count value 1 is less than 10 or not. Since it is the condition is true, so it's going to come again inside my block, and this process will get continuous until this condition becomes false. So we will continue, so it's actually going to get continue for 10 times until the condition becomes false. And as well as you can see it in your browser window, my loop has got executed for 6 times until now, and you can see over here the value of count is 5. So we'll execute it for more 4 times. Maybe now it is 6. Okay, now it will be 7, now it will be 8, and now it will be 9, I guess. So if I do F11, you can see the value of count is 10 now. And since the value of count is 10, here it's not going to enter inside this block because 10 is not less than 10, and it will come outside the block. Now as I press F11, you can see the control has came outside the block instead of going inside, because my condition has become false now. And the same thing you can see on your browser window, that loop had stopped, and loop stopped I have written outside the block. So this is how your for loop works, as well as you can also debug and see how the control moves with for loop, with while loop and do while loop as well. Thank you and have a nice day.